So being, all of this fame, you've become such a household name with Game of Thrones.
Well, that's good to hear.
Absolutely. What is it like for you with the recognition now that you're receiving? And then with Pompeii, it's on its way to being a hit film now. So how do you feel about the recognition?
Well, within the acting world, recognition leads to jobs, and that's how that's the main reason you want to be in the public eye. So it leads to more jobs, and you can do more and more interesting work. So that's great. That recognition side of things is great, and also it's any of us as actors would be lying to say that we didn't like being recognised in the street. It's lovely, and it's lovely. Forget it. It's lovely meeting fans and speaking to people. And it's lovely that you refer to me as a household name. I don't think of myself that yet. But.
Well, I certainly do. It's in my household.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
But then, being that you're a leading man in this and film, what are some challenges that went into that? Obviously, it's a lot more screen time for you.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones is very segmented into lots of different stories. So I am a principal character in the show, but that doesn't mean much in Thrones. It doesn't mean that amount of screen time. With this, it was a lot of filming. There was a lot of days on set. I was there most of the time. I was in every day, and that was my first leading role. So it was a new experience, and it was a very demanding one. And I went back to Thrones, and I got the luxury of kind of dropping in and out as I do. So I don't know, I could get addicted to leading roles. I love them. It's one of the reasons I took this film, was to do a leading role, and it was an experience, and I loved it.
Nice. So, and finally, what would be one of the biggest challenges you would say you faced during the filming, and how did you overcome that?
It was exhausting. It was the most exhausting thing I've ever done. I was literally diagnosed with exhaustion at one point. I was so tired, yeah. Because you push yourself to the limits. On a sort of action films like this, you're required to do...
such a physically demanding.
Yeah, physically demanding in that it's body transformation, so you have to be in a certain state all the time, and also you've got a lot of action and a lot of fight scenes to do. So I think it's, it was quite demanding.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. So first off, can I ask, what did you enjoy the most about the fantasy type of realm that this movie is kind of studying? Well, historical fantasy, but what did you enjoy about that?
A question was asked to me earlier. I grew up watching Spartacus, Ben-Hur. Woody Strode was one of my heroes as a gladiator in the arena. So as a boy and as an actor, I'd always wanted to emulate those roles and be in those epic spectacles. And I think, we don't really have enough of those movies that pay homage to the true epics that we used to create, and here is one that's been brought into a contemporary setting. It's 3D, but it still has the scale, and it also, is written by Julian Burroughs, and so it's well written. There's a lot of romance in it, and drama, and great tension between Kit and my character. So what draws me are all those elements, and the chance to get the sandals and in the sand, it's a great opportunity when you can do it.
Absolutely. So do you prefer playing the hero or the villain?
Oh man, I always love a villain. But in this one, it's a combination of both, because he really is a well-crafted character. I mean, he's villainous in the way that he has to kill, but he's a hero in what he stands for, which is integrity and freedom. So this was the perfect combination, but we always love a man.
Thank you so much.